SuperSonicJB. Why does that name haunt me? It's the only thing I can remember from that gruesome image.
Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer.
Who am I? And why can't I remember anything? And what the hell was that freaking image in my head? What's that sound? An alien attack. Well, this has nothing to do with me. I'm out.
SuperSonicJB.
What was that?
As you can see, the day of reckoning is finally here. Play and review Shadow the Hedgehog, and I will answer all your questions.
Huh? Who are you and how do you know I'm SuperSonicJB? And what are you talking about?
No more questions, time to go.
Just what was that about? Well, if he says he knows the truth about who I am, then like it or not, I gotta believe him. And the only way to get answers is to play and review Shadow the Hedgehog. Because why the hell not?
Shadow the Hedgehog, one of the most iconic Sonic characters of all time. Shadow was first brought into the Sonic games back in 2001 with Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast. He was a black and red hedgehog who was made by Eggman's grandfather, Professor Gerald Robotnik. Shadow was shown to have some amazing powers, and when Eggman discovered him on Prison Island, he decided to use Shadow's powers for evil. Blah blah blah, Shadow's past is dark, he lost his best friend Maria to a gun. We all know his story. At least, if you're watching this video, then you probably do. If not, then maybe I confused you here, like,
Who the hell is that guy?
Anyway, Shadow was supposed to stay dead at the end of Sonic Adventure 2, but he became so popular that they brought him back in Sonic Heroes, and he's been a stable character in the series ever since then. In fact, Shadow became so popular, Sega gave him his own video game, where he was a main character. And it wasn't even an educational game like this crap! So yeah, in 2005, the game Shadow the Hedgehog was released on GameCube, PS2, and Xbox. And oh boy was it controversial. In this game, Shadow shot guns and sweared constantly. There was freaking blood, edgy music. It was a completely different take on the entire Sonic franchise. The game was made to be super edgy and almost had a T rating, but the E10 rating was made around its time to compensate for this game. But why? Why was this game about Shadow the freaking Hedgehog so edgy in the first place? I mean, just look at the game's box art. Shadow's holding a huge freaking gun. There's a massive explosion happening in the background. And he looks super pissed off. What, did he want an ice cream at McDonald's but the ice cream machine wasn't working again? Well, one of the main reasons on why this game was so edgy in the first place was because it was released around a time where video games were going through a dark and edgy phase. Sega wanted to join that phase and made this game happen. They also wanted this game to play differently from the other Sonic games, so they gave Shadow a gun to make him seem different from Sonic. Because clearly guns are super cool, and Shadow makes everything look cool.
Hey, I'm Shadow the Hedgehog, and toilet paper is so freaking cool. You better use it or else. I mean, I hope you use it, or else it's really gross.
So yeah, eventually the game was released, but lots of people didn't like it. Why? Was it because Shadow was using guns? Or maybe it was too edgy or emo? Or maybe it was because it's something else? Well, that's what we're going to be finding out today as I review the game. Now, I did play this game on my channel back in the day, but now I'm here to make a full-on review of it, so without further ado, let's take a look at Shadow the Hedgehog. Before we get to the title screen, we get to see a really well-animated opening cutscene. The CGI here is absolutely beautiful, and the music here is amazing. I Am All of Me is still one of the best Crush 40 songs out there, as well as one of the best Sonic songs in general. Anyways, the cutscene itself really sets the overall tone of this game. This isn't your normal Sonic game, no. It has aliens! Oh, and guns too. And Sonic is almost killed by Shadow at the end. But yeah, it's a pretty dark and edgy opening, but it's still really good overall. Makes me miss the days when Sonic games had cool openings like this. Anyways, the title screen, of course, shows Shadow holding a gun, because he's so freaking cool and edgy. Oh, and also, every time you select something in this game, a gun sound effect will go off. So anyways, we jump to the game story mode and watch another opening cutscene where we see Shadow looking at his city as the newspaper comes by and says that today is the 50th anniversary of the Black Comet coming to Earth. Shadow has amnesia again, for some unknown reason, and he has a flashback of Maria getting shot by a gun. Then all of a sudden, aliens start falling from the sky. Huh, I don't remember that being in the forecast.
Welcome back to the Weather Channel, and today's forecast calls for an 80% chance of aliens raining from the sky. Unless you're outside the US, no other country in the world gets attacked by aliens.
Shadow also meets this unknown alien called Black Doom, who asks him to bring him the 7 Chaos Emeralds, but before Shadow can get any answers, Black Doom retreats. So Shadow decides, since this random alien says he knows who he is, that he'll retrieve the Chaos Emeralds for him to find out answers about his past. Seems kinda sketchy, not gonna lie. And off we go to the first level in the game, Westopolis. I hope we don't have to play through this level too many times. So how this game plays is honestly pretty simple. You can jump, do a homing attack, spin dash, and even do karate chops. However, one of the biggest things you'll learn here is how to use weapons. You can pick up guns by killing enemies or finding them in boxes. The guns will auto-lock on any enemies nearby, and there's tons of them you can come across throughout the game. Each gun has their own strengths and weaknesses. Heck, some of the weapons aren't even guns. You can come across swords, torches, knives, etc. There's also some really obscure and unlockable weapons that you can come across while playing through the game. Like the freaking Omochao gun that lets you take that annoying Chow from Sonic Adventure 2 and shoot him at your enemies, which is honestly pretty hilarious. There's also a Billy Hatcher weapon that lets you vacuum up enemies, which also looks pretty hilarious, especially when you do it to gun soldiers.
No, stop!
Men, forgive me.
Although a major missed opportunity not letting this gun shoot eggs. Anyways, we meet Sonic in Metropolis, as well as Doom's Eye, who was the guy we met earlier, but in another form. Sonic can help you fight against enemies, while Doom Eye here basically does nothing but nag you. So this is the point where we get to learn more about the main gimmicks of the game, the multiple story paths. In Shadow the Hedgehog, there's 3 different paths you can take. The hero path, where you work with a good character to solve an issue, the neutral path, where your main focus is to reach the goal ring, or the dark path, where you work with Black Doom or even Eggman sometimes to cause chaos. In this first level, Sonic wants you to eliminate all the black creatures. I'm sorry, what was that?
Show the black creatures that we mean business.
Those black creatures floating around here?
Disgusting black creatures. Get out of my sight.
I didn't know this game was so racist. The neutral mission has us run to the goal ring to get a Chaos Emerald, and the evil mission involves Doom wanting us to kill all the soldiers. I mean, why even bother with that? Have you seen how bad these guys are at their job?
What is this guy shooting at? Alright, let's just take a moment to see what he's shooting at. Nothing. He's shooting at that post right there. I don't know, these guys are idiots.
I will admit, Westopolis is a pretty good opening stage. It teaches you the basics, has an awesome atmosphere filled with random explosions falling from the sky, and Shadow even picks up a freaking bus and tips it over like he's freaking Hercules. Wait, there weren't any buses in Hercules. Shit! You also get introduced to vehicles, which you can drive through stages. They're a bit finicky to control and can get stuck pretty easily, but it's still a cool idea. I just wish they were executed better here. It didn't get much better in 06 either. Something else you'll notice while playing through this game is how slippery Shadow feels to control. He goes from 0 to 100 miles an hour pretty much instantly, which makes it really hard to steer him. It's like he woke up one day and decided to smear some butter on his shoes.
Glad I'm not the only one who does this.
Once you complete a mission, you'll get a total score, as well as a rank, with A rank being the best and E rank being the worst. And depending on what mission you do, you get to sometimes see other characters in the background with you. Now, there's tons of levels to play through in this game. Each level has different themes to it, and the environments themselves are pretty cool, not gonna lie. Depending on what mission you end up completing, will lead you to a different path in the game select screen. So basically, if you do a hero mission, you'll go up. Neutral mission, you'll go straight to the right, and dark, you'll go down. There's a pretty good amount of stages in this game, and they all have different story outcomes. Eventually, you reach one last stage where you can either do a hero or a dark mission, and depending on which one you do, can lead to a different ending. Here's the thing though, there are 10 freaking endings in total in this game, and you have to beat the game 10 times in order to unlock the final part of the game. So you'll have to start all the way over from the beginning of the game, back in Westopolis, and we'll have to play through 6 stages in order to get an ending. And let me tell ya, this sucks ass. The fact that you have to play through the same levels multiple times to get a new ending gets super repetitive and annoying. You'll have to play through Westopolis a total of 10 times in order to beat the game, which can take such a long time. Why? Why would you make the player do this? It's so frustrating, boring, and time-consuming, especially after you play through all the stages already and just need to beat that one final level's missions to get that other ending. And all of these endings aren't even canon at all. The only canon storyline is the last story that you can unlock by beating all the other endings. So what's even the point of any of this crap? This game can be a huge headache to get through. Now, some of the levels you play through can be fun, like Sky Troops, Cryptic Castle, Circus Park, etc. But there's also plenty of bad levels in this game too. Take for example Lost Impact. Fuck this level. Specifically the hero level. This level is a flashback level that took place 50 years ago, back on the Ark, and it has Shadow teaming up with Maria, and and she wants you to exterminate 35 of the artificial chaos creatures. You'll have to travel across this maze-like stage to find all of them, and some are hidden super well, so you'll have to activate checkpoints and use their warping feature to get back to another section of the level, and try to find an artificial chaos that you missed. It takes forever to get through this level, and tons of sections throughout this level look exactly the same, so you'll have no idea if you already explored this area or not. Back when I played this game on my channel, it took me 23 minutes to beat this mission. My god, that's horrible! Central City is another mission that sucks no matter what mission you play, because it's an annoying scavenger hunt, find a bunch of bombs, and then there's the Doom level, which is another stage in the arc with Maria, that also drags on for far too long. Plus it's super boring, and feels like a copy and pasted level of Lost Impact. Sheesh Maria, your levels suck, no wonder you got shot earlier. No Shadow, I was just kidding, okay? As you play through a route, you'll also come across some boss fights. Sometimes you'll fight a minion of Black Doom, or Black Doom himself, as well as a gun robot, the gun commander too, who apparently has a passive Shadow and thinks he's pure evil, or Dr. Eggman. Bosses are okay, but really repetitive and kinda dumb. Like Eggman's egg dealer boss fight literally has him damaging himself through the power of a slot machine. But really, the worst, or in some cases the best boss fight in this game, is the Egg Breaker fight, after you beat Mad Matrix. And trust me, if you played this game, then you know why this boss is so infamous in the first place. If not, then just watch this and you'll learn.
You know what they say, the more the merrier. You know what they say, the more the merrier. You know what they say, the more the merrier.
Yep, this fight reuses that same voice line over and over again non-stop. Heck, I bet the devs originally only planned to have Eggman say that line once, but
you know what they say, the more the merrier.
Also, we have to talk about all the swearing throughout the game. Every time Shadow takes damage at all, he swears.
Damn it.
This game really wanted to be the edgiest game out there, so they had Sonic the Hedgehog characters swearing like Wolverine. In fact, here's a brief montage of the characters swearing.
Damn you. Damn you. You're going straight to hell. Damn. Damn you. Damn. Not here. This damn planet.
Damn, they got away.
Damn it.
Damn, only 5 minutes left.
Where's that damn fourth Chaos Emerald?
Yes, that last one is my favorite one. Honestly, this game is so freaking edgy that it's honestly hilarious. Outside of the swearing parts, there are some pretty funny iconic lines like,
Stupid humans. This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
Looks like the party's getting started. Time to rock and roll.
Find the computer room.
The game's soundtrack is pretty good too. It has some of the best Sonic songs of all time, like I Am All of Me, All Hail Shadow, and many more. Also, some songs are really freaking edgy, like this one.
No more gods, no more graves. Are you friend or fiend? No more life, no more death. Somewhere in between.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that Shadow can use his chaos powers by filling out these red and blue meters at the top. Filling out the blue meter involves doing some hero work, like killing aliens and reviving soldiers. And this will give you the power of chaos control, and it'll let you fly through the stages at supersonic speeds. Meanwhile, the red meter is the dark energy, which is powered up by completing bad things, like killing soldiers or blowing things up. And this will give you the power of Chaos Blast, which can completely destroy everything around you. You also become invincible when these moves are activated, and you have infinite ammo. Finally, I can spam Ochoa on my enemies. Also, I know this is really random, but Shadow is apparently really good at pole dancing. Also, here's a random gun soldier voice clip I completely forgot was in the game till now.
Mr. Yuji Naka is alright!
Are you sure about that? Honestly, another big problem I have with this game is the story itself. It gets pretty confusing sometimes. Like on one route, we find out that Shadow is an android, and in another route, we find out that Shadow was made by pure accident. The story just keeps contradicting itself. I do also question why the President of the United States has a random picture of Sonic and Shadow on his desk. Oh god, I hope he's not a Sonado fan! Plus, all the game's endings pretty much play out exactly the same, with Shadow getting all 7 Chaos Emeralds, either acting like a hero, villain, or depressed emo. Oh, also in one scene, Shadow kills Eggman using a karate chop of all things.
What?
Goodbye, Doctor.
Anyways, after beating all 10 endings, we finally unlock the last story, where we find out that Professor Gerald Robotnik is defeated Shadow with the help of Black Doom, and in return, he promised that Shadow would give him all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which he's going to use to destroy the world and humanity. So this means that Black Doom was biologically Shadow's father. I bet those parent-teacher conferences are real awkward. Anyways, during the last story, we played through one more stage, and had to use Chaos Control to reach Black Doom, and then you'll have one final fight against Devil Doom while playing as Super Shadow. Honestly, I enjoyed the last story for the most part. So we see Shadow beat Black Doom, destroy the Black Comet, and finally say goodbye to the past. This game kept wanting Shadow to pick between being good or evil, but at the end here, Shadow decides he is whoever he wants to be, and no one can tell him what to do. And bam, happy ending. So yeah, that's Shadow the Hedgehog the game, and overall, I think the game is alright. Like yeah, it has plenty of fun moments and some good stages, but it also has plenty of awful moments. Mainly being the game 10 frickin' times! I do think people hate on this game a little too much, yeah. Probably because of the guns and edginess, but the guns actually work really well in the game, and the edginess makes the game more hilarious. Still, in this game, Shadow controls like crap, and the repetitive levels made the game hard to play through. I'd say this is about a 6 out of 10 game. Not good, but not horrible. I mean, come on. Name another game where you find a computer room.
Goodbye forever, SuperSonicJB. It's been fun. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must go off and ride into the sunset like a total edgelord. Wait. Edgelords don't walk at sunset? What the hell am I thinking?